Well, that's it. Season's over, and one last time. It's good to hear that song. And you know what? Just for the sake of feeling good and winning and seeing some positivity out of this game. We're Giants fans. Come here, Giants fans. Come here, Giants fans! You stupid ass scrub bum motherfuckers finished with a worse record than this train wreck of an Eagles team? One, two, three, four, five, Sixers. 10, 9, 8. See your ass out of here, Tom Coughlin. Your career's over. Ugh. All right. All gloating aside, let's just talk about the game here. I know. Oh, great. Yeah, I know we're not going to the playoffs and all that shit. And Tom Coughlin's got 2 rings. I get all that, Giants fans. Calm down. Calm down. Rubbing a little salt in your wound. Because you did worse than us. You're 1 rung above the Cowboys. Anyway. I'm sorry, I can't help but just get caught up with how funky this fucking song is. Anyway. I have a question. Does anyone know where our quarterback was on that DeMarco Murray touchdown run and that Darren Sproles touchdown run? I'm like looking at the field and the play clock's running down. I'm like, ah, where's Bradford? Get on the field. Where? I see DeMarco Murray in the backfield and I see Darren Sproles in the backfield. I'm like, oh, shit, are they in his quarterback? What's going on? Oh, Bradford's lined up under center. Bradford's lined up under center. I didn't realize a quarterback could do that. Like, you could actually go right under the center and take the ball and then hand it off to the running back when he has momentum. And sure enough, what did we see? We saw DeMarco Murray with the 2nd longest touchdown run of his entire career. I know up here comes like, oh, well, you know, the Giants weren't trying, you know, it's a scrub game, 2 scrub teams. Man, DeMarco Murray's been in a lot of scrub games with teams that had absolutely nothing on the line, and that's the 2nd largest touchdown run of his career. 50-something yards. All right, the rest of the game for DeMarco. I was on the DeMarco hype train after that run. I was like, holy shit, I hope this motherfucker busts out a 150-plus game. And the rest of the game, I'm like, fumble, Giants touchdown, lead, Back onto the good. Sam Bradford, Zach Ertz, Jordan Matthews, holy fucking shit. But you know what? You know what the 4th component here is? Taking your fucking time on offense. None of that shotgun shit on every single play. None of that getting the ball hiked between 15 to 20 seconds after the last play ended. Taking your time, pacing things correctly, gathering yourselves to the line. Don't worry, we got plenty of time left on the play clock. The amount of gelling that I saw with Bradford to Ertz and Bradford to Matthews was something that you have not seen in the past 2 seasons since those 2 guys have been on this team, 3 with Ertz. But you have not seen that in either of those guys' careers, and you saw a touchdown drive, that 5th touchdown, 4th offensive touchdown after the pick 6 by Thurman, where Bradford goes 8 for 8 with 70-some yards. That was, I tweeted this out too, I was like, anyone could argue this. You could try to argue this, but that was the single greatest touchdown drive that Bradford has ever quarterbacked. Ever. And you could say this is just a one-game sample. Oh, it's a fluke. It's whatever. Let's see what they do against a real playoff team or whatever you want to say. I don't care. What you saw with Bradford, Ertz, and Jordan Matthews, I don't know if you want to say it's a fluke, whatever, but all I know is I saw, honest to God, football talent that can take a team somewhere. And I'm sitting there the whole game and I'm going, man, makes you wonder what if. Just what if? What if they weren't doing that shotgun shit all year? What if they weren't doing that hike the ball, hike the ball, hike the ball, fast-paced tempo bullshit all fucking season? Makes you wonder what could have been. What could have been. What could have been. I mean, the Giants are saying the same thing too. What could have been if we didn't suck dick in the final minute of 5 different games that we caught a loss in, that we had the lead in. It was the final minute left in the game. It's a big. This was the battle of the 2 what-if teams. This should have been called the what-if bowl. You know, what if DeMarco Murray, got his feet under him this season? What if Bradford wasn't doing that crazy fast-paced offense shit the entire season? And the Giants, like I said, what if they could hold on to a lead in the final minute of a game? I have optimism again, but again, the optimism is kind of dwindled by the fact of like, oh, well, I'm kind of liking the way Bradford's looking now, but I have as much faith that he is going to be the quarterback here next year as much as he isn't. And who's the coach going to be? And I'm like, is Shurmur the possible choice? Because I didn't have much stock in Pat Shurmur because I always saw him as a yes man, a weak man that was never going to challenge Chip Kelly offensively. And and again, you can't overreact too much. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, absolutely, Shurmur has to be the man. Did you see that game he coached? That was one game, and it was against a non-playoff team. But to anyone that wants to say, the Giants laid down against the Vikings, of course, they didn't try to win in this game. The Giants put forth full effort. It was obvious they were trying to play for Tom. They were trying to give Coughlin one more win and not get bitched out by the Eagles again at MetLife Stadium. The Eagles have lost one time against the Giants at MetLife Stadium. One time. And they play them there every year. First game at MetLife Stadium the Eagles played, I don't know, what was that? Something there, Deshaun Jackson got a punt in the end of the game? Sorry. Gotta live with the few memories I have here of my team. It's all over. It's kind of a relief that this season was over because it was, like I said, it was just such a train wreck clusterfuck of a season that it's just exhale time. It's just exhale time. Sit back and watch the really good teams play football in the playoffs. And that's the thing. As much as I love my Eagles, I love the game of football. I love the NFL. I've loved this sport ever since I can physically remember watching sports on television. And I'm going to enjoy some good football. And I'm going to sit there every Saturday and Sunday. I hate Saturday games, but I digress. Watch the wild card round, watch divisional round, championship round, Super Bowl. I'm still excited. I'm still excited that there is football on. At the end of the day, I'm an Eagles fan and a football fan. But the season's over, and it's a bittersweet pill to swallow. Because I thought this team was actually going to do something this year. I never had them pegged to go to a Super Bowl at any point. At any point. But there's promise for the future. There's promise for the future here, and it starts with one main reason, is the fact that Chip Kelly isn't here. That fucking shotgun fast-paced shit is gone. The S8 card is gone. I burned it up in the fireplace, as you saw in my last video. Set that shit on fire while Crixus and New Dog watched, and they celebrated. Anyway. And to the people that want to say like, oh, well, now the Eagles have to play the Seahawks. Oh boy, how big was that win against the Giants now? You're going to celebrate that win now? What are the Eagles going to do next year? Like, do you seriously think they're going to be like a 10-win team, an NFC East championship type team? Like, do you really have confidence in them? Now, may they win 10 games? It's possible. May they win the NFC East? It's possible. But realistically, looking at it with my real eyes, I'm like, you know, I'm not expecting much out of this team next year. It's rebuilding time, and again, you don't even know who your fucking quarterback is. You don't even know what the situation with a number of things are. Are they going to address the offensive line? Are they going to get some new guards here? Any number of things. So the whole thing of like, you know, oh, well, the Eagles could have lost. They could have had a top 10 draft pick, but you know what? To really bust into the top 10, they had to count on Baltimore beating Cincinnati. That didn't happen. The Jags beating the Texans. That didn't happen either. And you have to count on the Dolphins beating the Patriots, which probably isn't going to happen. That game just started right now. So, you know what? Okay, I'm fine with a mid-teens pick. But this team needs a lot more than just getting a better draft pick in the first round. They need a lot more than that. But anyways, New York, enjoy your game in London next year, for we will not be traveling abroad here in Philadelphia. Not that I'm traveling with the team or anything like that, but anyway. It's over. It's over. But it ain't official. Fuck the Dallas Cowboys, who just lost to Colt McCoy. Another team that doesn't have a Tony beat the Dallas Cowboys. Have a good day, everyone. And everyone that has a team in the playoffs, good luck to you. See you a little later on this week with my first round playoff predictions, a review of Week 17, and you know the routine. I keep making videos even though the light's out. Have a good day, everyone.